everyone. We're back live with Harrowings and your host, Hal Gill. Back again with a little who, what, when, and where in Washington, D.C. Cleveland's Retreat is having its happy hour, 4 to 6, just over.
Hey, Jordan. I'm Helen.
Heading up towards Adams Morgan. I'll probably come back down through it this time as opposed to the way I went yesterday. Let's see, we got crossing light. In the boundary there. The Walgreens across the way is the only business left in the Universal South building. Which used to be the home of my dear wife. She was 3 windows down and 3 windows in. During the latter part of her 11.5 years working for the Academy for Educational Development, which dominated the building, a big nonprofit doing work around the world, NGO, and there's some malfeasance in Pakistan and Afghanistan sometime around 2008, 2009 that wasn't reported in a timely manner, causing USAID to pull back funding for its projects and make an example out of this particular organization. FHI 360 picked it up, but was much smaller in footprint. Many of the employees of the Academy for Educational Development will let go in that particular juncture, my wife being one of them, having returned to work after a stroke she suffered in 2009. Something that it probably didn't expect her to do. She's pretty heavily impacted by that stroke. Still paralyzed on the left side of her body. I left her at the condo a few minutes ago. We've been out doing some shopping today. She likes to do that. And she's pretty low maintenance. Born in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, to a family that came from coal mining stock. There's a lot of suffering involved. And so they just bore up with it. And she says she was never told she'd like to lay on the couch and eat bonbons after her stroke. So she's going on working. Presently, Human Resources Director at the Theodore Roosevelt Conservation Partnership. Looks like I can make it. I try to make it. Think of the world these children are going to be seeing.
Repeat that play correct as well before.
McClellan Monument up here, standing at the top of the Connecticut Avenue's split with Columbia Road, which I'm going to follow. There are myriad birds populating this set of evergreens. My gosh, listen to them all. They're just having its time. Chirping away as evening is falling. Now I'm walking. So the point of the passing show is just to grab a little bit of who, what, when, and where. Do a little raw journalism. Lay down a little Primary documentation, potentially for use of historians of the future. Possibly not. L3 here is the trusted disruptor. Advertising on side of a bus. We're pulling up by the Wyoming, which was the home in one of the penthouses here of Christopher Hitchens. He was one of our better intellects, in my view. Kind of miss having Hitch around. 2011, he passed away from cancer. He'd come by it honestly as a smoker and inveterate drinker. Left us, well, only about my age. I think he might have been 63. Not positive. But he gave us a lot. He allowed himself to be waterboarded, so you know whereof he spoke when he talked of torture and the use of it by our government. I would hope that none of us ever have that occur to us, but it is not out of the question, as those precedences have been set. Very little has been done to prevent enhanced interrogation techniques from being applied. Although any information gathered from a person under torture cannot be reliable. They'll do anything to have the torture stopped, you know? Something we ought to think about our behavior as cognizant, conscious individuals. Here, traffic behind. Try to keep an eye on everything. And turning the camera back out, keeping an eye. It's a Sunday evening, October 5th, 2025. I'm not the fastest walker, but making my way from dawn to dusk. Dusk very close to us right now.
So tells you like the fact I normally walk. It's way better than that.
Crow, you giving us a call there.
Window.
I try to pay attention to the crows. Not too much, just enough. I didn't see this. Oh, they're there. One just swooped. It's making its way down and away from me. Its mate there, giving a few calls. Probably is going to follow. There it is. Different direction though. I do a little bit of a different mission now. It's going to follow the other one. Go off and have some fun. Hopefully they're getting enough to eat. And now leasing at this apartment building. Right hard on Colorado Park. Coming up on it, Colorado Roads crossing. Carrying a bag, a Trader Joe's bag from one down in Foggy Bottom, I think is where we got this. It's advertising Washington. And a lot of things on my mind, of course. Usually it's how plastic pollution is happening. We brought our own bags, but it just wasn't enough, as Mark Maron pointed out some time ago. Good smell coming from somewhere nearby. Somebody making a pizza or something. I just picked it up. It's gone now. Some dogs playing over in the park. That's fun. Always good to see happy dogs. Jane Goodall talked about dogs in some of her speeches and how their unconditional love was one of the first things that really taught her that dogs have souls like we do, consciousness, awareness, emotions, minds, and that we should be more respectful of animals and all life. All life should be respected. We're woven into it, it's not like we're separate from this bee here. Long about its business. It's good to have bold insight with me. No limits, no barriers. Brittany McNair, Catherine Wallenstein, Eveline, The Bigger Lie, Yolanda D, and Jay Sharp. And Jay Sharp, part of my board of directors. I think some of the rest of you might be as well. If you're a paid subscriber of Harrowings, thank you. That is what it takes to be a member of my board of directors. Right down the alleyway there. Some of the architecture around here is really beautiful. Take a look at the ram's heads on this particular set of columns. 1868 Columbia Road. Substantial apartment building, probably broken up into condos, I would expect. And we're making our way past the Streets Market. Streets Market has a lot of goodies in it. I might actually stop there on my way back. I don't know if I decide to cut back up Belmont Road. Belmont Road doesn't go through here, but if it does pick up on the other side of the parks and goes on through to past the home of Barack Obama in D.C. He took up residence after his presidency was over. November 1st is Porch Fest, Fall Porch Fest in Adams, Morgan. This is the grill. It's from Ipanema, authentic Brazilian gourmet cuisine since 1992. Across the way is Lapis on the Pop, Colorama Pharmacy, the Tango Gelato and Coffee, in a building in which my good friend Mike Olmert of the University of Maryland, English professor, has a place. We have a cat. Hello, kitty. Kitty, kitty. Let's see if the cat wants to say hello to us. Hello, cat. Hello. Let's say hello. Hi. Isn't she nice? Yeah. Got a tag on it, so hopefully somebody is looking after that cat. Mr. K. Okay. I think that fella called the cat and called him Mr. K, but I'm not sure. I heard that right. Continue walking past Mike Olmert's apartment building. He's got a rent control department in there, which is lovely. Gotten together once to hobnob a bit. I shared with him an article from the Orange paper about my father as a detective, historian, detective, which he was and is. I should put that one up on Harrowings. Harrowings is a publishing arm of the Harold B. Gill Foundation, in addition to being a place where I put forth the passing show from time to time. In fact, fairly often. I received some good encouragement today. I was very happy to do a paid subscription to that individual's Substack to show my goodwill, because I have to be the change I want to see in the world, Not trying to pressure anyone else to do what I do, but I can't very well advocate for amplifying other signals through the noise if I don't do it myself. And I'd like all the amplification I can get, of course. I'd like to think that I'm making a mark. I'm leaving a mark. Like a dog leaves a mark on things. Walk along and soak up the passing show, record it, send it encoded out there into the world to be decoded through other people's retinas, through their ears, to advocate for us showing kindness, consideration, collaboration to each other to the extent possible. My destination in this case is, again, Tiny Vinyl, my friend Ty's record shop. He was just doing a little pop-up at flea markets to help support himself and share his love of music, curating a collection of vinyl recordings. He also has CDs, cassettes, comic books, other literature, all collected there. We've struck a deal to settle up on some material I provided to his shop, which we can resell potentially, but it doesn't move very fast because it's kind of expensive stuff. But I'm gonna go by and see if maybe we can settle up for good by me taking some things out in trade that I might like to have for my collections. Now, there are some wheels there, slingshot, illuminated wheels, three-wheeler. You don't see those every day. That's how somebody decided to spend their money. Line Hotel. They have a coffee shop, hotel entrance and valet are on Champlain Street, which we're coming up on the crossing of Champlain and Euclid at the moment. Folks behind me believe speaking Spanish. Not sure. Could have been anything. And there's Tiny Vinyl over there. Looks like he might have already closed up for the night, which is too bad. I thought he'd be open. Wonder what time it is close. Darn it. It's only 6:28. Maybe it wasn't open at all today. I don't know. 6 p.m. Just missed it. So, not going to be able to settle up with Ty today. I was thinking of taking maybe that Dark Side of the Moon off his hands. He's priced at $250 and he owes me $245. So, we'll see. Mount Pleasant Library Friend Fest 2021. It's old. See what else is going on, if anything. 2025 festival program. 10-9, Terror Counter. 10-11, The Art of Pickling. Out of Place. Art of Pickling. Maps of Pain. Banking with Us. State of Passion. Something upside down here from the Anthem. Not sure that's so effective. But it looks like it's over anyway. Water boys. I think that's largely just a block. That's over. Pentecostal Christ House. Well, darn, I thought it would be open, and now it's Monday 4 to 7. Can't make that. Monday through Thursday. Thursday I can make. So maybe we'll do Thursday. It's got nice window displays. Got some Halloween stuff up. That's cute. Yeah. So Tiny Vinyl. If you get a chance, stop by. It's a great shop. I missed him by about a half an hour. Sure, he's probably home by now. Yeah. Get on across here. Thank you. Thank you. Wasn't exactly in the crosswalk, but you still got to stop for me. I am a pedestrian. Oh, that is disappointing. But this is life. I had to pay attention to the exact hours. It was open till 8 on Saturday, so I was a little surprised. Walked by there. Then, my own fault. Core Power Yoga. They're ongoing. Reveler's Hour. Wine shop. They're all closed up for now. Tried to bury us, but didn't realize we were seeds. PNC Bank. I bank at PNC, by and large. Banking hours till 1 on Saturday, 6 Monday through Friday. Good to know if I ever need it. A frame shop. Picture framing. I have a lot of things that need framing. I haven't done it yet. Just continuing to own these things that need framing. But yeah. So the idea is to take Calvert, now that I'm on this side of the street, wrap around. There are different historical markers along the way. The Road to Diversity, Adams Morgan Heritage Trail. There was a tragedy at 18th and Columbia back in 1922. There was a snowstorm. At Harry Crandall's Knickerbocker Theater collapsed under the weight of a 28-inch snowfall, killing 98, injuring hundreds more. Soon after, the city passed stricter building codes. Crandall then built the Ambassador Theater on the same spot. Once the theater lost audiences to television, it was sold for redevelopment. It briefly hosted rock concerts, and the night before October 1967 March on the Pentagon, it hosted an anti-war rally with the poet Robert Lowell, novelist Norma Mailer, and others. It was raised in 1970, setting off a battle for its lot, drawing on a 20-year tradition of community organizing. Residents defeated plans for a gas station. In 1978, Perpetual Savings and Loan won the spot, agreeing to hire bilingual staff, offers special loans to area residents, and creating a plaza for a farmer's market. The business district that began developing in the 19-teens, including an early People's Drug Store where the McDonald's is in 2005. That's right across the way, past the Adams Morgan thing, which talks about the Apple Festival. Let's take a look at that real quick. Well, actually, let's take a very fast pass because I've got the lights with me to cross. Oh my gosh, Starbucks has closed on the corner. That's news. Look at this, all covered up where Starbucks used to be. One more down. Don't know what's going to go in there next. Hopefully something good. Not necessarily a Starbucks. Up. and over. Center Point, personal small group fitness studio, Wells Fargo, the Truist. So keep on moving. One medical group over here. So Wells Fargo, FedEx office. I was thinking I might need the FedEx, but I don't. Compass Coffee across the way. I've only gone there once that I can recall. It was nice when it lasted. Adams Mill Road. Music is our language. I'm thinking. I keep thinking. Some beautiful architecture around here. Look at the windows of this place. Like glass work. Just gorgeous. Free DC. Dog walkers. This place for rent. The Beacon.
Self-care, like
Staying on top of self-care. There's a theme for you. This is what I'm doing for my self-care, walking along, talking to you guys. Anybody else talking to me? Yolanda D was here. Yeah, big of a lie. Bold insight. Nobody else has joined. Okay. I don't know if y'all are still with me or not. I may hanging, but if you are, you could comment as you feel. Move to do so. I could even invite you into the conversation. That's a possibility. On Harrowings, I've done that with the bathrobe guy in the past. Just randomly added him in. Anybody game? Anybody there? Just signal me by quick text saying add me in or hi. Let me know you're listening. That would work. And if you're not listening, it doesn't matter. It's not important. What's important is that I'm laying down primary documentation for historians of the future, potentially. Some raw, unfiltered, who, what, when, and where. Now, somebody could take this and modify it. Wouldn't be hard. Make it look very realistic. I was talking with Kay Stoner on the Harrowings podcast on Friday about Tilly Norwood, the new actress that's entirely AI generated, has her own agency, and they are, creating lots of personas that can move and talk and seem to be real, but aren't. And I think that's comical. Other people find it terrifying. I think that if any of us can be replaced by virtual presence of non-real people, it's something to consider. It's been coming. I don't know if you guys are old enough to remember Max Headroom, but it's been foreshadowed. Art. People have art out in the yards along here. Tiny little yards, right? But gardens. And was that owl?
when he was governor. No, when he was. Over here. Right?
Lots of chattery monkeys. That's what we tend to be. And I don't mean that to be disparaging to monkeys. Healthy healing. Share this. Allergy relief. The Z factor sinus survival. A cancer battle plan. Women in motion. The Guide to Women's Health. Big Family Guide to All Minerals, to the Minerals, Body Ecology, Juggling. Yeah, How We Love Now. So many different books. Free for the taking, apparently. That's one of the nice things about DC, too, is free libraries here and there where people put books out for just anybody. Historical markers on a lot of these buildings. And I'm coming up on the Duke Ellington Bridge. We'll cross Rock Creek back and forth. You'll see it flowing under us in a bit. Sun setting in the west. I am disappointed that I wasn't able to get into Tiny Vinyl before it closed, but c'est la vie. I should have realized I could have texted. That have been hard. Or I could have called. But I just guessed. Instead, people can call each other. That's a weird thing these days. Love people that share books. Me too. Whispering Pirate Podcast has joined. Bigger Lies Listening. No Limits, No Barriers joined. Brittany McNair. Okay, Catherine Wallenstein. I've seen all you guys already. Yeah, I love it that they share books too. And I try to share some of mine. I tell you what, though, I mean, I am kind of like having a hard time letting go of my library. I've done it before, jettisoned large sections of a library I'd amassed by 1999, 2000. And it went to Caliban's Books, who actually got involved in some pretty bad stuff, knowingly taking things from the Carnegie Library delivered by somebody who worked there and had responsibility, and finally caught during the pandemic. He got house arrest for it. And I guess they had to pay back. And I think they did, but I don't know if it was everything. It's really kind of shocking that my good friend who ran that was a criminal. Just goes to show you. Can't be too careful. Anyway, he got most of my collection and gave me a good price for it, I think. I mean, I'm sure I lost a fair amount in the bargain. But I released those books back out into the world. And that moved the needle a little bit for somebody else, maybe for somebody who's a bit of a crook. But, you can't tell. Law of unintended consequences. Let's take a look at the creek flowing by. There you go. Try to get that sunset in there too. That good color. As the sun is now down, watching the skies and the Taft Bridge across the way and the traffic along it. It's all who, what, when, and where. That's what the passing show is about. The moon is rising. It's fuller. I think it's filling out. Not quite full, but it will be soon. And yeah, it's nice to have the moon up there. We can all look at. Got a jet passing by. I'm going to see what that jet is. It's hard to see, probably for you all, hard to resolve, but it's in the sky right just above the fence line here. And yeah, that's Rock Creek Park. That's great. Let's take you down and get flight radar up. And as I'm looking out, trying to figure out what that plane is. It's way out there, man. Ah, yeah. Pretty sure.
Thank you for saying something because he always points me.
Okay. No, I'm not sure. I'm looking straight out there. Straight out there. It could be going Baltimore to Las Vegas by the angle from my viewpoint. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell if that's what it is or if it's something even further out. I'm not seeing a lot of the other planes that are supposed to be out there. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Altitude 24,874 feet. Leaving a contrail. That could be it. Well, be 5. But maybe not. Maybe 17,425 feet. There's Baltimore. No, it's Atlanta out there somewhere too. And I'm not seeing them. They're not resolvable. Straight up above me. Straight up above me. Heading 37,000 feet. So Iceland, Reykjavik to Raleigh, Durham. It's Iceland Air, ICE 821. It's a Boeing 737 MAX 8, making its heading there. I'm pretty sure of that one. So let's switch you back and bring it back on. It's probably not resolvable. It's just a little dot of light above these fence lines. I'm not resolving it as I look at the sky there, but I can tell you that I can see it with the naked eye. It's really kind of fun to know what planes are. Those guys coming from Iceland to North Carolina. And there's a jet coming into National right now. Let's see who he is. Going back to flight radar. Yeah. Got him. That's Wichita to DCA going in for a landing. Let's switch back. You can just see it over there, just above the tree line. Wichita, Kansas. I think it was a flight from Wichita that went down when a helicopter rammed it above the Potomac not too long ago. It's rare, but it does happen. Okay, I've got a jet coming in over here. You can see its contrail. It's at a fairly high altitude. Let's switch back to flight radar and take a look at what that is. As I'm watching it come in, 2,000, no, that's not it. It's one that's 2,000 feet. This one is likely, I don't know, hard to tell. I'm thinking at 33,100 feet, it's probably a Cessna Citation 3, not available to not available. I don't know. But I think that's pretty likely that that's the one I'm looking at 33,375 feet, 422 knots, moving out. And got another one over here coming in. See the Iceland Air maybe far in the distance. But this one is at 900 feet coming in from Detroit to DCA. And so that's your air report for the day. That's a fairly good sized plane coming in from Detroit. I've made that flight myself. In fact, I was making it just before I changed jobs. Let people know I was moving on. Paul K has joined. Yeah, okay. And what's that? Way out there. I'm gonna go switch back to see what else is out. Leaving DCA for Orlando. Plane way out there and way in the distance. Same direction. Hard to tell. Baltimore to Atlanta, maybe. Hard to tell. Could be my friends from Iceland, though I think they're a little further back. Or DCA to Raleigh, Durham. Hard to tell. Let's go back to looking at the plane that's coming across above high altitude. Still not sure about that one. Going the wrong way. Another plane coming in. Zoom in on him. Yeah, that's about right. That one is White Plains to DCA. And right behind it, on a flight path in that should cross our radar, is Milwaukee to DCA. I don't quite see it on the radar yet, but oh, there it is. Back over the tree line, over the buildings, coming in behind the trees over there. Yeah, so that's fun. I dig it. Fun to watch the Earthbound as well. And the moon coming up nice and solid back there behind me. Glorious evening. Birds, airplanes. Way up there's another one. I want to take another look, see what that is. High altitude. Let's take a look. Bank. And I am looking this way. We're playing at high altitude. I think I got it. 38,000 feet. Spirit Airlines from New York to New Orleans. And I'm heading down to New Orleans. It's more fun than a body ought to be allowed to have, really. Go back to the view. If you can see the top of this lamppost, I'm going to line the Spirit Airlines up with it. There it is. It's about to cross behind the lamp. You just barely see its contrail on this view. There's on the other side of the lamp now. That fellow over there, I still don't know if that's a citation or what that is. There's another, that's Milwaukee going in, I think, to DCA. It keeps on going. That's the Spirit Airline going to New Orleans from New York. Straight ahead, getting a little more illumination from the sun on his contrail. Some swifts up there taking care of some of the mosquitoes, I expect. Metrobus C-53. That moon is very nearly full. Amazing to think our contraptions are still up there. I read recently that it's very possible that Apollo 11's ascent module, Eagle, is still in orbit and had fallen into a stable orbit, but they could have decayed and crashed in by now. I just don't know. Supposedly, there's a chance Snoopy is still out there orbiting the sun. Snoopy was the Apollo 10 ascent module. I'm kind of wondering if they jettisoned the descent module as well as the keeping the ascent module on, because they weren't going to actually land. But my bet is they did. That they blasted off of that, jettisoned the descent module. I have no idea, really. I should look it up. It's probably findable. This is the Duke Ellington Memorial Bridge, and named in honor of Edward Kennedy Ellington. He lived 1899 to 1974 and gave us tremendous music. I'm really grateful for that. And the inspiration that he's given to the years behind him. I was 11 when he passed away. It was just when I began my musical career with the Fife and Drum Corps of Colonial Williamsburg. Not the greatest fifer in the world. That line belongs to one of my guests on Harrowing's podcast, Skip Healy, known as the greatest fifer in the world. I've had a couple interviews with Skip. I think they're very entertaining. I would think that you all might also, if you look him up. I might repost them sometime soon. And I want to re-amplify people because it's easy to miss the signal through all the noise of cyberspace, of which, some people might consider my stuff noise. I think it's signal. Boldly go, passiton.com, Foundation for a Better Life. William Shatner advertising that. Now, there's somebody who's been in the game a long time. Still in it. I don't know how he's doing, but hopefully well. Here we're looking at the mural of Marilyn Monroe at Grace's Adams Morgan. Ashley Schmidt, you love this. I love you. Just by you existing and you're thanking me. Thank you. We are definitely taking in the passing show. We're about to cross the bridge back to where we came from. I think I'm going to cross Connecticut Avenue as well. Yeah, I get away with it I got 13 seconds. There's a bus stop over here. Oh, there's a building, sort of a trailer. What that's about, who knows? I don't. Um, will your family be prepared when disaster strikes? Start a conversation and plan together. Ready.gov start. So there's your PSA today. Public service announcement. This is a service that I'm providing to anyone who's interested. And even if you're not, if you happen to be a viewer of the passing show, you get an opportunity to participate. And Ashley, hey, one of the things here, show the moon, please. Oh, I will be back on the moon just in a minute as I cross the bridge. 988 Suicide Crisis Hotline. Got to have that up here because people might throw themselves off the bridge. Well, they got a taller fence here. Oh, they're repairing it. That must be what that trailer was about. Long fence, kind of ugly. Looks like it's all the way down this side. But I'm glad that they're doing something for the Taft Bridge, keeping our infrastructure up. Now I can show you the moon. At your request. Okay, great. Nicely done. No, I'm not tired yet. Really? Yes, thank you. I'm not sure what really was questioning, but I do love people. Just generally for existing. You just have to exist. That's all you have to do. And to be worthy of respect and love and caring, compassion, cooperation, collaboration. That's what we're doing, right? So there's the moon. Somebody requested the moon. Let's see, who else is talking? Nice. Yes, thanks. Lee says thanks. Great. Nicely done. On target. Early office. Thank you. Signed. Lee said show the moon, please. So that's who I'm showing the moon for is Lee. Okay. Can't really zoom in on it, unfortunately, but it is pretty close to full. Pretty beautiful. Lamps just came on the bridge. Pardon me. And yeah, it's the passing show. On the other side, you can see another jet coming in to National. I don't know where that one's going or where it's coming from, but it's there. Traffic running along Rock Creek Parkway beneath. Little exercise area down there. Jogger just crossed. Bicyclist coming down. And we've got the minaret of the Islamic Center that was dedicated by Eisenhower. It's out there. I don't think you can see it really, resolve it very well. But it's just another of the many wonderful sights to be seen in Washington, D.C. that a lot of people don't see because they stay down on the mall, where we have our Smithsonian Institution and the National Gallery of Art, which is not part of the Smithsonian, actually, but, it's there close by. Ooh. Another jet coming into National. Let's see what this one is. That'll be fun. Okay, back to flight radar. Looking out. What? Is this transponder not on? This one, I don't even see which one it is. I am looking straight at it. There's one behind it that's supposedly. That's weird. That's weird that that one isn't showing up. But behind it is a Mitsubishi CRJ 701ER operated by American Eagle. This is a bigger plane and should show up here. Oh. But nope, it doesn't. Turning towards it. Nope, can't see what it is. Very weird. Maybe it thinks it's another American Eagle. No. Big plane. Almost down. Oh, there it is. Got it. Orlando to DCA. American Airlines. Aircal Retro livery. And the next plane, there it comes into view. That was a Boeing 737-823, by the way. The next one coming into view here is the Mitsubishi CRJ 701ER coming from Toronto, DCA. There it is, just over the trees. And I'll switch you back so you can see it with me. Ooh. There it is. Just barely visible there. A little dot from this perspective. But in the sunset, flight coming in from Toronto. I don't know if I was in Toronto, I'd probably stay there. I like Toronto. I spent 1979 summer week so at the Canadian National Exhibition playing with the Fife and Drum Corps, Colonial Williamsburg. A jet leaving DCA, heading somewhere else. Let's see where they're going. Oh, let's see. It's in the background. There it is. It's a little one too. Also Mitsubishi heading to Pensacola, Florida. So people are crisscrossing all the time on the skies above us. I don't think we think about that a lot, about our coming together or going apart. But I will switch back to a view and never be able to resolve that one. It's so far away. I can resolve it just barely. The moon's resolvable, and we can look at that again. Used to have in-laws in Toronto. Okay. Now we see. Yeah, what I do is I flip to turn it off on purpose. Yeah, it's unfortunate that if I look to see what the plane is, I end up turning off the camera. And then I turn the camera back on so we see the plane coming in. It's like this one, which I don't know where it's from unless I turn on flight radar, which turns off the camera. So, it's a balance. Imperfect. Maybe we could mash it up with Substack at some point where you could just point at anything you see and kind of like a Google lens or something. I think the Substackers, all the developers out there probably could pick this up and think about it as an idea. I've either got an incoming plane at a low angle over there above the French ambassador's house, or it's a star. I don't know. I don't see any stars yet. They should be coming out soon. I might be home before they do because you can see the last light is pretty far off yet. There's another plane coming into National. That's what I like about this bridge. I don't come out here as often as I used to, and I ought to do it more because it's a fairly flat walk. It's not very hard. There's a bit of a hill after this to go over to get back down Connecticut to where I live. And that's a nice hill, that's kind of called Colorama because it's a beautiful view, or it was. I think people who have rooftop places around here do have beautiful views of the whole of Washington, D.C., which is kind of flat. Little hills, nothing really major. Okay. What I was talking about earlier, it is okay. Nice hearts. Thank you. If anyone would like to come on live with me, I can add you in. So if you'd like to come on and talk with me while I walk, that's an option. Anybody want to? Just tell me in the chat. And if you do, we'll do it. If not, you don't have to. But all I have to do is click this little thing over here. I see you guys, or I can find you guys, and I can say, hey, add this person as a co-host. Anybody up for it? Nice hearts. Thank you for all the hearts. I don't have any text back on it. I'm just getting a lot of hearts. But I don't blame you. I mean, it's kind of a nerve-wracking thing to go live on the air with Hal Gill and Harrowing's podcast, The Passing Show. Actually, the podcast is a separate thing. I try to keep it separate. And then there's the Passing Show, which is usually just listed as live with Hal Gill. So it's you doing the hearts. Well, that's lovely. Would you like to get on board? Want to talk? Yes? No? Some people don't talk English, so love the hearts. That's, you've given me such encouragement, Ashley. Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. I don't care. It's fine. Absolutely no skin on my rosy nose. It's too nerve wracking, right? But I do love to talk to people, right? So that's what I did. If you haven't seen the Hero Wings podcast yet, there have been 3 last week. All of them, I think, have their own beat, their own vibe, their own thing to go into. This first one I did last week was with the David Gantz. Now, David hosts the Grateful Dead Hour, has been doing long time on Sirius XM radio. And even before Sirius XM radio was around, KFOG, I think, is where he said he was initially. And I'm going to continue to watch the sunset and the planes coming and going. So I deserve it. Well, thank you. I hope so. I hope I'm earning it. So David is, like I said, this fantastic music journalist, musician himself. He's been doing a live stream like almost every day, an hour of live streaming his own performances from his home studio for a band of maybe couple dozen regulars who get in there and enjoy it and chat with each other throughout his thing. Some of them met each other. It's nice. And so David and I got on first, and then Sonny Triple, my vocal coach and a singer with the band Psycho Killers and a Talking Heads cover band. And she's also in one of her own bands, Walking in the Air. She's done other bands in the past. She's been part of On the Bus. David had been part of On the Bus as well, so they didn't have overlap there, but they might have. She was just a joy to me to have with me on the air. We ended up talking a little bit about vocal training and the importance of it towards the end. And, I wish I had given Sunny more of the microphone and that she had gotten on there in the beginning with maybe it might have been a little more smooth. But as it was, I really did enjoy the time with David. It was about an hour long. So, and I like being a tour guide too. This is a lot of fun. There's another jet right over the towering trees there. Let's go down here and we'll bear off and go past some of the fancier places in my neighborhood, like the French ambassador's house. I mean, that's really something. It was actually made by a coal baron, not a French guy, but it looks like a French chateau for all my awareness of French chateaus anyway. So, what do I want to talk about? Okay, the other one, Wednesday, I got on with the Everyday Junglist. He's down in Mexico, just south of the border in California on that side and Mexico. And he's a microbiologist, right? So we ended up talking bacterial phages and viruses and a lot of stuff, right? It was just a joy again. And he's very engaging, very smart, and has a lot of information that probably could be useful to somebody else And just besides myself, I find it useful to know this stuff, to learn from those who know more than I do. And that's the thing, right? We get to have things emerge between us from conversation that would never have come up otherwise. Then, of course, I have a regular Friday, 10 a.m. Been doing it maybe 6 times now, I think, with Kay Stoner, who's an AI investigator, I'll call her. And she's doing a lot with personas and relational AI. And I think she's gone to some stuff. I have my doubts, and we talk about it. We talk about it fluidly and how to avoid building bad AI versus building good AI. Talking artificial intelligence, it's not really a very good term for what we're doing, but it's what we use. And I don't know. I have another fairly frequent flyer that I'm really enjoying talking to, who's much more of the pessimist on this front and has the training and degrees to back it up. And that's Julia Casara, also in California, Santa Monica. Case Stoners on this side of the pond, or this side of the coast of the country, the continent, by Washington, D.C., not far up in Delaware, I think. She was coming on from her car in Massachusetts. I think she might have been up in the Berkshires. Not sure. But it doesn't matter. That's the thing. We're a community without borders. And that's something David Gans and I talked about. And he was relaying what John Perry Barlow had first turned David on to way back when, that we're a community without borders, without boundaries, without location. And by dint of that, so is Substack. We are a community without borders. And I don't want to just take you around where you are. Oh, you want to join me? Okay, well, I can do that. I've got a little power, 43%. So we'll see how long it goes. That'd be fun. Now, let's see. Ash. Working on you, Ashley. Hang on. Typing. Submit. Okay, here you go. There's your invitation. I'm waiting for you. So let's talk. I think you're in England, right?
Hi, how are you?
I'm still breathing.
You're still breathing? Well, I'm glad you're still breathing.
Hey,
How are you?
I'm still living, still breathing.
Good.
Like I said,
Good.
am I coming through okay?
Yes. Oh, yes. Fabulous.
Let me turn you up a little bit so I can hear you better. I have my volume down. Now I can hear you great. Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
where are
you're
you?
talking about. Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm
And
doing
where are
good.
you? Where?
I am in San Antonio, Texas.
Oh, you're in Texas. Okay. For some
Mm-hmm.
reason, I thought you were in the UK.
Oh,
Oh,
no. No, no, no. Oh, no, no.
so
Oh,
what are you
no. I'm
doing
in
in
San Antonio.
Texas?
Retired. I'm
Oh, nice.
retired. Yeah, I'm an executive paralegal, and I was doing it for 35 years. And then, yeah, that was rough. Yeah, so that just took all of my energy out. So
I bet
yeah,
it did.
so
You have to work for lawyers, right? I've met some of those.
oh, did you now? Yeah, I
I
worked
know
for the
some
AG.
lawyers.
I worked for the AG's office in Florida.
The IG, the Inspector
The
General?
Attorney General's office, yeah,
Oh,
in
Attorney
Florida.
General, AG.
The AG.
Got it.
Yeah, so
Interesting.
I did that for 35 years. So I'm pretty much tired and worn out, and so now I'm basically doing what I always loved to do, which is writing.
Oh, wonderful. So
Yeah.
I saw you have a name for your Substack here. What is it again?
The Tribal Dream Stackers publication, yeah.
Dream Stackers.
Tribal Dream Stackers.
Tribal Dream Stackers, right.
Mm-hmm.
So tell
Mm-hmm.
me more about that. Why did you call it that?
Why? Because Substack is a tribe. We are a tribe, okay? And we're all on this beautiful community, and we are actually doing what we always wanted to do, our dream, which is writing. So I put these two together and called it the Tribal Dream Stackers.
Yeah.
So
Well, that's
it's
great.
Substack to Stackers, Dream Stackers.
I like it
I
a
can get
lot.
creative if I like it.
Indeed. You know what I'm looking
Mhm.
at right now?
At the playground, yeah.
What
But
it is this is the Ukraine house.
mhm.
That is a sliding board with holes all through it from shrapnel.
Oh, no way.
There's a good reminder, huh?
Yeah.
So this is
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring it up to the door here. Um, the Irpin slide, the story of the slide. Have to get up close to it to read it.
Mhm.
Originally located in a quiet residential neighborhood in Irpin, the slide was part of a playground where children played, carefree and in security of the neighborhood. That all
Mhm.
changed February 24th, 2022, when Russian troops invaded, and this playground became a place of indiscriminate murdering of civilians at the hands of the invaders. The slide was brought to the United States by
Mhm.
Nantucket Cares to show
Mhm.
firsthand the damage of this brutal war on the civilian population of the Ukraine. I have not actually stopped to read this before, but I thought I'd do
Mhm.
it. They
Yeah.
also have an exhibit starting apparently October 16th, 2025 that I might have to catch. Andy Warhol, Ukrainian? Question
Mhm.
mark?
That's it. Yeah, that's what it looks
Oh,
like. Yeah.
well, he
Yeah.
actually was not from the Ukraine.
Oh,
But
I knew
he
that.
might have had Ukrainian blood. I don't know.
Mhm.
Anyhow, worked for the Warhol Museum for a while.
Oh god, I love
Ah,
museums. Oh my god. I can be in a
I
museum all day long and not get tired of it.
This is kind of a museum in itself, just walking around the neighborhood. That's the Portuguese ambassador's residence across the street.
Mm. Wow.
Don't know if he's home or not. He never invites me in.
I wonder why. Mm.
Well, I kind of look a little bit dicey. I'm wearing my Grateful Dead shirt right now.
Yeah,
You
let's not do
know, let you see me.
that.
So
There you are. There you are. There you are. I like that. Oh no, let's not do that. No.
there's my peace sign. And what it
Mhm.
means is it has above it listening for the secret, searching for the sound. Two
Oh
lines
wow.
from their
Nice.
bassist tune called Unbroken Chain. And the
Mhm.
peace sign on it is supposed to be an unbroken chain.
Oh
So
nice. Ooh.
it's kind of Celtic looking. My wife's
Mhm.
favorite color, a green. And then
Mhm.
I'm wearing my um,
Tap.
pink. I can't
Now
even
you
see
can
my
see it.
hat. It's it's so dark. It's getting dark. I'm gonna
Yeah, you
swing the
better get
camera
home.
around
Yeah,
again.
you better get home.
And this is the French ambassador's house coming into
Wow.
view a little bit through the railings. It kind of looks like a French chateau, like I was talking about earlier. But it was
Mhm.
a coal magnate's home. He was made a fortune in coal and built this thing,
Mhm.
and it
Mhm.
made a perfect ambassador's home for the French. The French flag flying there in front of it. And
Mm.
what's nice too is they have a little copy of the Statue of Liberty in front,
Oh really?
and it is draped. It's just coming into view now.
Mhm.
It's draped in the Ukrainian colors.
Oh
It
wow.
shows
Okay.
solidarity with the Ukrainians.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I love
Nice.
taking
That's
people on a walk around my neighborhood. It's a nice
yeah.
neighborhood. It's one of the more
Mhm.
affluent in DC. I think it
Mhm.
may be the most affluent in DC.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Wow.
Yeah, isn't it? And somebody's up there in the top
Mm, so yeah.
hunchback of Notre Dame, perhaps. I don't know.
Mhm.
This one's part of the Thai embassy. I think it's actually their education branch, the
Mhm.
building across the street. And then I usually loop this way because it's fun and
Mhm.
the homes are beautiful. And I just feel like it's so quiet and
Mhm.
serene back here and
Mhm.
relatively safe as far as DC goes.
Mhm.
Um, they say that our town is crime ridden and they need to deploy the National Guard to keep the
Mhm.
peace. Not so much
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
Not so much. Where Barack Obama lives around the corner.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's got a house there on Belmont Street, and they keep a Secret Service guard there all the time, blocking off that section of the street,
Oh
so
wow.
only other residents can get in. But
Mhm.
a permanent guard there.
Mhm.
It's supposed to be costing us taxpayers a mint. It's kind of funny. And it's
Yeah.
nothing I can do about it. So I just like to like show it to people and say,
Mhm.
hey, this is what we're paying for here. This is
Mhm.
how the system is built. And I have my feeling that the people do have the power to change the system potentially. And
Mhm.
through
Yeah.
our tribes. The thing
Mhm.
is our tribes war with each other. I think we're plural. Substack is a interesting one because it feels like the old internet used to, you know what I mean? Getting
Mhm.
back to your
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. See, that's the reason why I called it a tribal. Yeah. It feels like an old platform. Yeah.
Yep.
Because
How long have
because
you been on
everybody
it?
gets I've been on it, let's see, I got on it about 3 years ago.
Wow.
Carl had, asked me to go start a publication. I was on Medium.com at first.
Right.
And I was writing as a catalyst. I was joined by Binjin Yang, so he asked me to go ahead and start writing, and so he gave me my first shot. So, and then of course I was reading on a Medium for 4 years before I started writing, and just sitting there saying, "I wish I could, I wish I might." It's not really getting. Yeah, well, that's what I basically did.
Me too.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, I wish I could write." And until Vincent Yang started telling me, it's like, why don't you start writing? I've been seeing you reading for years here, and you're not really writing. It's like, oh, I'm too scared. I'm not very good in writing. I'm gonna be
Well,
honest, I'm not.
well,
But
let's
I try my
encourage each
best.
other then. Let's encourage others too. Because if
Exactly, yeah.
anybody's listening to this, they should be writing too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. If you're reading and you're on this platform, you already a writer. You have a gift. You have to snatch your gift already, but you just have to come out of your shell and literally start. I was terrified too.
Right.
And then I started being on Substack. I was on Substack. I refurnished it. And then it was Ashley's newsletter first. And I said, oh my God, this is just plain boring. Okay, let's just switch it up. So I switched it up
Same.
and renovated it for 4 months. And then I was on Substack for 365 days straight,
Right.
7 days a week, 20 hours a day,
Wow.
and straight. And so I literally just dove right in. I put my claws right in. And I've been pumping other people up and other publications. I
And
was
they
like,
did
if
that for
you're
me
on it,
today. Thank you.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that you need to be lifted up. If you're on here
That's
and you
right.
love this platform, then go for it. And what you're doing right here, this is absolutely beautiful. I was like, when I first saw it, I was like, what is he doing? He's walking all this time. And then I saw another one and I kept looking at it. I was like, he's our human connector. There you go. We're calling him
Did
a
you see
human
the
connector.
did you see that link I sent you to Jake
Oh God, I
Lakesberg's
love it.
interview?
I love it. I went through that and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Did you listen to
Oh,
him? Really? Okay.
yes, I did. Yes,
Oh,
I
that's
did.
fun. Because it's only in
Oh,
the
yes,
first
I did.
2 minutes that he mentions me, and then it's all about him and what he
Yes,
does with
I know.
Holly.
I heard
Holly's
that.
my
I
friend.
love that.
Let me tell
Yeah,
you the
that.
story behind how that all happened.
Hmm.
David Gantz, I told you, is doing his live stream of his
Hmm.
music with all these people. He told us one day that he was doing a segment on Holly's show at such and such a
Hmm.
time
Hmm.
on a particular day in like 2021, I think it was. And it was July. It was July 23rd, 2021. He went on and interviewed with her. And
Hmm.
as she was interviewing him, she's out in the Rogue Valley of Oregon at this little community radio station called KSKQ doing this thing she calls the Live Your Masterpiece segment of her morning show on a Friday. So she has David as her guest.
Hmm.
And as they're talking, Holly starts to talk about how 30 years earlier, when she was on the East Coast near
Hmm.
Baltimore,
Hmm.
somebody had left a little note under her windshield that said, "Hey, I like
Hmm.
the stickers on your car. Do you want to trade some tapes?" And then
Hmm.
she said the guy's name. And the weird thing was, this guy was, at the time of my marriage, married to my wedding singer. So
Mhm.
the small world kind of thing sort of collapsed, like the wave
Mhm.
function collapsing into a point. And I said, well, I got to give her a call because that's too
Mhm.
weird that she knew
Mhm. Yeah.
Tom. I knew Tom, and she had known Tom she hadn't been in touch with Tom for like 30 years. But
Mhm.
they got back in touch pretty soon after that, thanks to the
Mhm.
connection for me listening in because David had told us that he would be interviewed. And then I was her guest the next time,
Nice.
which was
Nice.
sweet because I'm nobody in particular. I'm just this random guy, right? But
Don't say
I had a
that.
story to tell. And so I told my story a bit to her in detail, and Jay listened in on it. Now, Jay is this photographer dude, as you probably picked up on, and I've got to
Mhm.
get him on Hair Wings one of these days. I hope I
Mhm.
can. And he's very generous. A lot of these people in this community are incredibly generous, just like
Oh,
you.
yeah.
You're being very
Yeah,
generous
yeah.
by giving me some
Oh,
time and
you're
willing to
welcome.
come on
Thank
with me
you.
here.
Of course.
Um, the thing was though about Jay is he had listened to my interview with Holly because I had tipped him off about it. I was at the time trying to help Lisa Law get a museum of the 60s off the ground in Santa Fe, New Mexico, that I would never see, but I wanted to help her out because Jay had interviewed Lisa. He was a
Mhm.
photographer, and Lisa had been responsible for stocking going out and getting all the vegetables and stuff for the free kitchen at Woodstock.
Mhm.
So that's her
Oh,
background, right?
yeah.
She's quite a
Yeah.
character. She's a
Oh,
photographer.
man.
She'd been taking shots of people all through the years. And anyway, so Jay's on with Holly later and gives me that nice shout out. And he's a photographer for the whole Dead scene. After the Grateful Dead ended with Jerry's death, then there was follow-on combinations until you got Dead and Company that was doing a thing at the Sphere in Las Vegas most recently. Oh, actually, they did a thing out in Golden Gate Park for the 60th anniversary of the Grateful Dead. And Jay's
Oh,
the
wow.
primary photographer for all of it.
Mhm. Oh,
Makes his
wow,
own books.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he considers himself kind of a cultural anthropologist.
Uh-huh.
So that's one of the reasons I mentioned that,
Oh,
you might want to
wow.
listen to that interview. And then that Jay gives me this beautiful shout out where he says,
Oh,
how he
yeah, that's like,
connects with
how do you
people. He
get
just
that?
loves doing that.
Mhm. Yeah,
And
absolutely. Oh,
talk
wow.
about a connector of people.
Mm,
David,
mhm.
Jay, they are doing some amazing stuff. In fact, he's backed up and written the text for a book called Aging Gratefully
Oh.
that
Oh,
this
wow.
guy named Bill Lemke did recently. So I'll give a plug to Bill's thing. And I actually helped
Absolutely.
kickstart it too. And
Yeah.
this thing was a book of photographs he had done in like the 80s sometime at Grateful Dead shows of
Mhm.
people. And then he
Mhm.
tracked down the people he had photographed and photographed them again
Mhm.
now,
Mhm.
right?
Oh,
Or
wow,
close to
really?
now. So he would put them side by side, aging gratefully.
Mhm.
Which is sweet, it's got that
Yeah.
community without any
Yeah.
borders. And
Mhm.
Substack, same. Substack's a community, like you said, a tribe. I think it's multiple tribes. I think that
Oh, yeah.
there's a great danger right now as it's growing so much. It feels to me like
Yeah.
it's changed a little bit recently. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. See, I had written an article about to note or not to note, about the
Yeah.
notes. I kind of felt
Yeah, that's a fairly
uncomfortable
new
with it.
feature, isn't it? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it is, and I don't, discourage anyone to do it because if that works for you, go for it, you know?
Yeah.
Make it memorable for yourself, but, I written, that and I predicted this, I knew this was gonna be cracking open a door to social media, and it is, we're not a social media, we're more of a writing community.
Mhm.
We are all the elites. We are writing about things that around the world, and we're talking about things like around the world, and we're all connecting. We're all connecting with other people.
Right,
And I
right.
think that we should have kept this really the heart of any platform for any platform. To how can I say it? To take, how do you say it? I forgot. Anyways, yeah, we should be the heartbeat of a writing community, and Substack, they wonderful. I mean, they have been great to me. I was on Substack, diligently writing for the 365 days. And by the time I knew it, they finally gave me my ebook button, where you can turn it on and, people can actually turn it on and listen to it instead of reading it. Because a lot of people want to
Oh, interesting.
listen. Yeah, they want to
Huh.
listen because I was waiting for that button for 2 years. And finally, they gave it
Wow.
to me, and they give you like 6 other voices that you can add to it, and
Huh.
I was tremendously grateful, because
Hmm.
that means that you've been on Substack for a while, and they make you earn it, absolutely, And I kept saying, "Well, it's not available, not available." Yeah, it's available, and they finally gave it to me, and I was grateful for it. I had hit number 87 in news, the first, I think I just completed 365 days. That would make me number 87. I didn't even expect it, and I didn't even know what on earth is happening here. But all of a sudden, I had the red number sign and then 87 on it. And I'm like, oh, what is that? Did I get tagged? It's red. Oh, shit. No. But no, it was just letting me know that, I was one of the best sellers in the news. So for news, I have
Hmm.
news and then the mental health, of course, philosophy. I love philosophy and art. Oh God, I love art.
I went up to
Uh,
philosophy as well, on
mhm.
like number 91, number 97 at
Mm.
different points, but it faded away very quickly. I didn't
Oh, Dr.
maintain that.
Richard Hogan is on. He just came on. Hi, Dr. Richard Hogan. How are you?
Yeah, he's off and
Yeah,
on
wonderful. That
these
is wonderful.
passing shows. I
Uh-huh.
still got to figure out what DBA is. I mean to look it up every time, and I never do.
Yeah.
He never just told me
Uh,
yet.
yeah, I'll look it up. I'll look it up. I'll let you know what it is. But this is a
Anyway,
beautiful neighborhood. I mean, that's
it is.
beautiful.
I'm very, very lucky, I think, to be able to live here, and it's a total accident. Like most of my life, I like to say I've had more of a careen than a career. You were a
Green. Okay.
Yeah, I've careened, like a car rolling downhill,
There you
and
go. In
you
style,
take a
right?
swerve
A
and
spin.
try to hang in, don't die. Don't die is a big part of it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm fixing
Keep
to turn
breathing.
60, so I'm
Turn 60.
exhaling too. Yeah, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
almost 60 in about in
Ooh,
December the 6th, yeah.
that felt like something to me. I crossed it a couple years back. I'm heading into 3.
Oh, Dr. Richard
63.
said
I'll
he's
be
a
63.
doctor. He's got a doctorate in business administration. Oh,
There
wow.
you go. That's what
Yeah, I
DBA
got
is.
a master's and they wanted me to get my PhD, but no, I wasn't
MBA.
going for that 86 credit hours. Forget that. Thank you, Dr. Richard. That's beautiful. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I keep asking, and that's the first time I got an answer. I'm grateful for that. And he's got 2
Mhm.
PhDs, and he's got something else too behind his name.
Yeah, MBA,
Oh,
and then
the
a
MBA and
DBA.
the DBA. Okay, that's
Yeah.
logical. I
He
should have been
is
able to
just
figure that
a
out.
treasure of knowledge. That's what he is. He's the elite treasure of knowledge. That's what we can call him.
Okay. Have you been talking to him before?
I've seen. I'm subscribed on his publication. Yes, I've talked to him before. I've seen him before. Oh, he said simply Richard. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I like that. And I'm simply Hal. I do have some degrees, but I don't use them.
Oh no, yeah, I do
I've got
too, but
some
I don't. I'm
certifications too.
beyond that
I'm working
stage.
on some new certifications too, for that matter.
Really?
Yeah. So
What are you
I
What are you doing now? What are you going to
I
do
will
now?
become, provided I do all the work. I've
Hmm.
just started it. I've just started a couple of them.
Hmm.
One of them is as an AI consultant to the United States Institute of Diplomacy and Human Rights.
Nice. Oh,
It's a
nice.
fairly new one, and
Hmm.
the guy who's teaching it is interesting, and
Hmm.
so it keeps my interest.
Hmm.
Kind of important. This is the William
Hmm.
Penn here. I just noticed something here. They've got this wonderful
Uh-oh.
dolphin decoration
Hey,
in their
look at
foyer.
that. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, wow. I
Yeah, a
love
lot of
that.
these old apartment buildings are pretty
Hmm.
neat. This is
Hmm.
California Street I'm on now. Not too far from the Slovenian embassy, actually down the other way. I'm not going that way. I'm heading home.
Yeah,
Um,
please do. Stay
so
safe.
so yeah, what we were talking about though in the terms of Substack, you mentioned that it has a button that you can let people read or have the thing read to them by different
Yeah,
voices.
exactly.
I
It's
did
like
not
an
even know
ebook.
that.
Yeah, it's like an
I had
ebook.
no idea. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Or
go
like,
let Substack the help desk. If you go under Substack support and just let them know, hey, look, I would like to have my ebook button or whatever you call the. Otherwise, you would have to record your entire video.
oh,
And
sure,
it's
sure.
kind of that's that editing and whatnot. That's just hours and hours and hours because I've done it for so many times because I've got a YouTube channel, and so I
Right.
know how long it takes, how many days it takes, and it's just too much. But it's
Well, you know
more
what I do?
convenient for everybody
I
else, you
don't,
know.
maybe I don't edit anything. My
Well, hey, keep it
podcast,
raw. There you go.
yeah, it's low production values. You know, who my inspiration for that is
Hmm.
Patty Smith.
Oh, really?
You
Oh,
know
wow.
Patty Smith?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah, she
Wow.
goes live with her,
Yeah,
paid
Patty. Oh,
subscribers or
she's
whatever.
wonderful. Oh.
She'll just go live and
Hmm.
from her bedroom,
Yeah,
no
Patty. Oh, yeah,
no
she's
production
a
values
treasure.
at all.
Yeah, she's
Just
another
ramble,
treasure. Yeah.
and she'll just ramble about whatever.
Wow.
And it's
Yeah,
really
but
kind of nice to be brought
yeah, it
in
is.
close
Yeah,
and personal, to
right.
somebody who's like a mega star. And
Exactly.
somebody who has really been shaping the culture. And I'm
Hmm.
really big on her people have the power thing right now. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the thing that I think that really needs to be understood is we are responsible collectively for the
Hmm.
world in which we are co-creating. You may have heard me say it on my
Hmm.
rambles about every cent
Oh,
spent is a vote. It's a
yeah, we
vote for the
need to
kind of
stick
world we are
together.
co-creating, and we're not paying attention. We go through
Hmm.
our lives kind of semi-conscious. I know I do.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yet
you
when I
have to
do
be a
wake up
little,
for a second, it's
stick
kind of
your
like
head
I
up
was
in the
buying
clouds
stuff in
and,
Trader Joe's, and I got up to the register and I said, "Why is this stuff still coming in plastic?" They have
oh,
nice compostable bags, you can put your vegetables in, but
hmm,
by and large, most of what you're buying is packaged in plastic. Why?
yeah, exactly.
We could be doing differently. We're not.
Exactly.
Why?
Yeah, no, we're not.
Is
Uh-huh.
it profit
Yeah.
margin? Well, we ought to boycott this stuff. you know, I'm
Yeah.
I'm convinced that the right answer here. There's our Lady Queen of Americas for you.
Oh,
Um,
nice. Oh, nice. That's
there's a
beautiful.
Catholic church on the corner of Phelps and California. Our Lady Queen of America's Catholic Church, masses in Spanish, weekdays, Sunday,
Nice.
mass in English, and Saturday vigil at 5 p.m. Um, they have a kids' corner here, which I love to see the little kiddies. They're usually
Mm-hmm.
chained together, tethered
Mm-hmm.
together so they don't go running off. Little
Mm-hmm.
tiny people. And I'm
Oh,
thinking, what kind of a world are these kids going to see? And
exactly.
how can I be a good ancestor?
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we
Laying
all
that
have to ask.
foundation.
We have to ask ourselves that. That's what I'm on about in harrowings. And the reason I've heard why you call yours what you call it, right?
The
And it
tribal.
was tribal. It started
Dream
with something
stackers. Yeah.
tribal dream stackers.
Yeah.
I want to reinforce that in my brain because I liked it when I first saw it and I sort of understood it. Because I
Yeah.
think we all
Yeah.
do dream of having the kind of freedom that you and I have now as we're out of the
Exactly.
wage slavery, right?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's why I called it that. It's
Mhm.
our publication is basically it's our readers' publication. It's not just mine. It's ours together.
Right.
And whatever they want to write. If they have any questions or if they want to come on and give me some ideas, hey, pop in and I'll write your article and see if you like it. And it's your idea. Let's put it
Yeah,
out
that's
there. I
cool.
mean. Yeah. And hey,
So you're
I'll do
editing.
the work. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I think
But
I became
right
a
now,
paid subscriber of yours, by the way. I think
oh, thank you. I appreciate
check
that.
it
I
out.
really
Just
do
make sure it
appreciate
went
it.
through. And the
Yes.
other thing, I try to be the change I want to see in the world. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm phrasing
Yeah,
it
I
these
do too.
days. And,
Yeah, I do too.
if I want other people to subscribe to me, I figure I got to do that. And I consider the people who subscribe to Harrowings, they're my board of directors.
Oh, nice. Nice.
of
Oh,
the
nice.
Harold B. Gill Foundation, LLC, which is a real company I set up
Right.
right after
Nice.
I lost the gig. And
Mhm.
in August 2nd, 2024, I don't want to lose track. And
Mhm.
within about a month or two, I convinced my wife that it
Mhm.
was all right to spend the money to set up an LLC, get it properly registered through DC and all that. And
Absolutely.
now that I've done that, now I'm outside the Russian Cultural Center. That's an interesting place.
Yeah.
Um,
Wow.
anyhow,
That's beautiful. Wow.
yeah, I mean, think about the relations between Russia and America. This
Mhm.
is an institution which tried to, establish those bonds even before the fall of the Soviet Union.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and it's a shame that we have these kind of rifts between us. Maybe it can come back
Right.
together. Getting back to where I was
Mhm.
going with Harrowings, so Harrowings is the publishing arm of the Harold B. Gill Foundation, which was
Oh,
established
nice.
largely to steward my father's legacy as a
Nice.
research historian, which he was for 91 years.
Wow.
Well,
91 years?
he lived that.
Ooh.
I think he got his chops as a undergraduate at William and Mary, and then a graduate student. And then he got a job at Colonial Williamsburg as a first a research assistant, then associate, then historian. Then he retired and went to the Georgia Historical Society for about 9 months. He tripled their endowment in that time, but my mother didn't want to leave Williamsburg. And he
Oh,
came
wow,
back as
yeah.
the special assistant to the director of historic trades, as basically a
Mhm.
historian again for focusing in on the preservation of historic trades, which is near and dear to my heart. I'm an
Mhm.
administrator
Yeah.
for the Historic Trades Preservation Special Interest Group, which I think
Mhm.
is
Mhm.
incredibly important now more
Oh,
than
yeah.
ever because
Absolutely.
historic trades are in danger of being lost.
Mhm.
So, we got to be careful not to lose the skills of our forebears. And
Mhm.
I'm also a
Absolutely.
fifer. When I was growing up, I was in the fife and drum corps in Williamsburg, and fifers
Mhm.
amplify signals through the noise of battle,
Mhm. Mhm.
is what before is
Mhm.
communications. So
Right.
that's a big part of what I'm doing here too, is amplifying signals through
Yeah,
the
yeah,
noise of cyberspace. And I love that.
yeah,
I love being
yeah.
able to do that. And I'm going
Yeah,
to
you're
walk down the
connecting
alleyway.
us. You're connecting all of us. I mean, it's just absolutely stunning. I mean, I love what you do. I mean, we're so grateful you're doing that. So thank you so much,
Well,
Hal.
well, thank you for that. And Harrowings
Mhm.
is just scraping the surface of things, right? Because we were talking about
Mhm.
Warhol very briefly by the Ukrainian house.
Mhm.
And what he said was, I'm deeply superficial.
What?
And
Uh-uh.
and I think that's a lot of
No.
wisdom in that, being
Yeah.
of realizing
It.
I only see the surface of things. I don't see, well,
Mhm.
very few people see this back alley. I can tell you that right now.
You better stay safe there, Hal.
Yeah, I am. I mean, these houses are like $1 million shoeboxes, and
Oh my
not
God.
much.
Yeah, my
And if
adopted mom.
anything, you see the lights coming on as I walk
Yeah.
down here. There are lots of motion sensor lights to
Nice.
monitor who's there. There's cameras everywhere.
Oh
I'm a
wow.
goody bot. Of course, I'm recording what's going on, but
Mhm.
it's
Nice.
really fascinating to me that we can do this. And
Right.
the Substack is a good venue for doing it because when hit send on this, or I said we end it, it goes out
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
YouTube, it goes out on
Mhm.
Spotify, it goes out on
Yeah, it
RSS
goes
feed, it
out.
goes out
Yeah,
on
it does.
Acast, Apple Podcast,
Mhm.
and people can pick it up. People can pick up the
Right.
signal, right? And if they don't,
Exactly.
I don't mind. But my father, as a historian, was dealing with primary documentation primarily.
Mhm.
He would
Mhm.
dig into accounts, record
Mhm.
books,
Mhm.
people's, ledgers from their businesses,
Mhm.
wills, inventories,
Oh, wow.
and use those to put flesh on the bones of the deceased who had
Mhm.
lived in the 18th century town of Williamsburg.
Oh,
And
really?
that's where a lot of the information that interpreters putting flesh on those bones, get it,
Yeah.
is
Oh,
from
yeah.
kind of research that were being done by the
Mhm.
historians of my father's generation. And
Mhm.
and after that, they've done a lot too, but there is a problem, I think, in history. As Henry Ford said, history is bunk
Yeah, right, right.
because,
Yeah.
the victors write the history or whatever. But if you
Yeah.
get historians who are doing primary documentation, they need primary materials. So the historians of the future need this. They
Exactly.
need
We
the
do.
content we're creating on Substack. It's primary documentation for historians of the future. Maybe those are AI, maybe they're real
Mm-hmm.
or human, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. But
Mm-hmm.
at least I'm leaving a mark, and hopefully it'll be
Exactly.
preserved. One of the
Oh,
things
we
I did
do.
in my art world, you mentioned being into art, was I worked in the Carnegie Museum of Art as a part of the conservation department. And
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the digital art is very hard to preserve
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because media on which it's stored breaks down.
Mm-hmm. Right.
CDs, the trough link, eventually you'll get read errors on them
Mm-hmm.
just from age.
Mm-hmm.
So the
Right.
plastics themselves are not stable. And
Right.
eventually you're going to age to the point where you won't be able to read the data on them. And
Yeah.
how are you going to preserve that? Well, you've got to migrate it. You've got to migrate it to newer technologies. And that's being done, obviously. We're getting
Mm-hmm.
better and better at storage. I mean, my God, think of all the data that we've just generated. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, we're talking
Oh yeah.
about gigabytes minimum.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. It's wonderful too. I mean, I just love this.
Yeah. And we can have an immediate kind of interplay between individuals. Out of that, something else is emerging that would never
Exactly.
have emerged without us having talked to each other. It's like Carl Jung said it, right?
Yeah,
He said something about when two people get together, if anything happens at all, both are transformed.
exactly.
And
Right.
I love kind of an
Absolutely
alchemy.
right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am just about home. Actually, that's the backside
Oh
of my
wow.
place, back there where the light is. I have to
Nice.
get through the alleyway, past the alleyway. This is the Argentinian military has this building for their.
Oh wow. Really?
So if I step over the fence, I'm in Argentina,
Just don't do
which
that.
is kind of
Don't.
fun. You know, you can jump
Yeah.
over into Argentina, you can jump back into the United
Don't you feel
States.
like a teenager right now doing something bad?
Yeah, yeah, you could do something bad. That's for sure. There's
Put your foot over the fence real quick.
Belgrano.
I dare you. I dare you. No, I'm just kidding.
That's
Look at
General
that.
Manuel Belgrano there, who was a famous 19th century general in Argentina. Oh, was he? I think he may have been a Navy guy or not, admiral or something.
Hmm.
And the Oxford people can lease and be my neighbor apartment
Nice.
building. And then
Nice.
this used to be Russia House right next to me, a Russian themed restaurant.
Oh,
But after
really?
the Ukrainian invasion, they had to shut down for people. It had nothing to do with it, but because they had the
Yeah.
Russian house thing, you can
See
sort
that?
of see the decoration on the porch. There it
Yeah.
has that sort
Yeah.
of eagle, imperial looking thing. But now it's Pesha seafood restaurant. I hear it's
Hmm.
good. I haven't tried it yet.
Really?
I often talk about that when I pass it by.
Yeah, look at that.
And yeah, I got a cute little place
Nice.
there. Some
Oh,
people
that's
having their
cute. That is amazing. Look at that.
alterations in my Georgetown valet, dry cleaners next door. That's convenient. I love living in DC because I've got all of this right outside my door.
Hmm.
And
Wow. That's
McClellan's
nice.
Retreat from the
Mhm.
terrifying number one best bar, they call AIM. Got a skull and crossbones there.
Right,
Yeah,
there you go.
I don't go in there. And this is the embassy of Moldova. Moldova, a little slice of what used to be Russia next to Romania. They have
Mhm.
Romanian books sometimes in their little free library here.
Oh,
And then
wow. You just
across the
got
street is the embassy of Albania. And there's my place. I live in the bunker
nice.
in the back of this building
Just
here.
look at that. Beautiful. Oh my God. That is beautiful. That's gorgeous. That
It's
looks like
fun.
my mom's house. My mom is from Georgetown, so
I see. Oh, that's
yeah,
cool. Georgetown,
yeah.
DC.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
small world. What did she do in Georgetown? What did she do?
Oh no, she was a double VP for JP Morgan. She was a double VP, so she just retired. She's 84, so I made her
Oh, good.
retire. Yeah, I made her retire and move to Corpus with me. So
Oh, okay,
um
she's close to you. That's good.
yeah, yeah. Oh no, we actually bought 3 more houses down there. So yeah, this
Wow.
is one house in San Antonio, and then we got 3 more in Corpus Christi. Yeah, she bought an
Look at
old
that.
Victorian. Yeah, she bought an old Victorian. And then she's 84, so I had to make her buy another house because it's a 4-story Victorian. And I was like, Mom, why
Sure.
did you do that? You know? I mean, oh, yeah.
My mother's 86 and she fell on the stairs at
See?
85 and broke
Mm-hmm.
her pelvis in 2 places, so she's now in senior living,
Oh, I'm so
sadly, and they
sorry. I'm
sold the
so
house that
sorry.
they, had since 1977. It was her birthday present in
Oh,
'77 when she was, 38, I guess.
will you give her our love from us, our
I will when I
substackers?
go down there. I'm going down there
Yeah.
October 18th. I
Oh,
try to sort of
nice.
keep her abreast. I actually wrote a thing about her out there just called Mom and,
Oh, nice.
gave it
Oh,
to her to help her
yeah.
memory because her memory's gone.
Yeah,
It
isn't
worked.
oh, well, I'm so
Her re
sorry.
her career was as a registrar in Colonial Williamsburg at the Department of Collections, which means that she was responsible for keeping track of all the antiques in the whole of Colonial Williamsburg, which is a mile long and, half a
Nice.
mile wide,
Yeah.
and she had
Um,
was pretty good at that. There were, like, over, I think, 36,000 objects, and if she pointed to one of them, she could tell you its accession number. Her
oh,
memory was like
really?
that back in the
Wow.
day,
But
but
see, my
it's
mom is
gone
still
now.
sharp. Yeah,
Sorry?
my mom is still sharp as a needle.
That's good. My dad was too before he passed in '91, but, you know,
Mhm.
it was the body had given out sometime before that. In my
Yeah.
mom's case, it's the opposite. Her body's in fine shape. She walks
Mhm.
like 4 miles a day, but the
Wow.
mind is gone. Memory
Yeah.
doesn't get laid down. I will take her out to lunch and I'll call her when I get home, here
Yeah,
in DC to let her
absolutely.
know I got back safe, and she'll ask, "Oh, what were you up to?
Uh-oh.
Taking you to lunch, Mom?" "Oh, you
There you
knew?"
go. Well, that's triggering your mother. Don't do that.
Well, it's basically like she's living in the moment because she's got no choice,
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, but that's so
and that does
sweet.
happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it is kinda.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least she's fairly intact mentally as far as
Absolutely.
being, stable emotionally. It's
Yeah,
it's
that's
dicey sometimes, but, there's moments in which she's, like, gets a little emotional about it, but I reassure her that it's all okay, that this is
yeah.
perfectly normal, and there's nothing we really can
Mm,
do about it, and that
mm.
we're there for her and that she won't be alone. That's the main thing. My
Exactly.
sister is down there. My
Yeah.
sister works
Yeah.
as a chief development officer of Jamestown Yorktown Foundation,
Oh, nice.
which preserves both, Jamestown and Yorktown's museums that are associated with the state park system. There's
Mm,
also a federal parks component for the
mhm,
Yorktown battlefield, I think, and then the Jamestown Island where they've done the archaeology on the first settlement. And
mhm,
it's all right there, sort of close together. It's only 17 miles that separate Jamestown and Yorktown, where we got the first English settlement and then won our independence. So
mhm.
it's kind of
Yeah,
nice to have everything that concentrated. Well, I should let you
absolutely.
go. Thank you so much
Okay.
for joining me. It's almost 8
Thank
o'clock,
you.
and I'm down to
Thank you.
11% power. So I get in and get it jacked back up. But thanks. And I think you left. So thank you for joining me, and we'll do it again soon in a more formal way, perhaps. I like doing Harrowing's podcasting. And for those of you who have joined us, thanks for hanging. We'll do it again in some other time. And if you want to join on Harrowing's podcast, you can always hit me up, DM me, let me know you're interested. We'll do it. We'll amplify your signal through the noise. And thank you, Ashley. It was great meeting you out here. And live video.